clang. My clang sound's back. It was gone for like a few weeks, but now it's back. Don't know where it went. Going to game 3. Point defense, pays out on child support. It's been a long time since I got to say that about the finals, because Blind Pick Bandito has been playing so well the last few weeks, but they're strangely absent this week. I heard they were just missing a person, so things ended up, yeah, a little weird. But we get to see Point Defense in the finals again, and Point Defense is such a good team. There's like a triforce of like good teams in Dominion. It's like Peso and Child Support, and Point Defense, and what's the other one? And Blind Pick Banditos. And like there's a middle triangle that sometimes goes in between those 3 triangles, which is called cheese enema, but it's usually not here, so we took that triangle out. Should be one giant triangle with the 4 teams, but we have to take the middle one out. But when cheese enema is here, they go in the middle. Seeing Darius band, Evelyn band, Jace band, Amumu band, Lulu band, Fizz band. Ban, come on, ban Fizz, Point Defense. Just ban Fizz.
Yeah, I mean, Fizz has been a terror. He's died a lot too, but he's made so many plays and just distracted people for so long in those chases that it's been working out, but was not banned. Evelyn was banned out though, so that's going to make things a little bit different here. That means Teemo is left open. I was trying to figure out who they didn't ban in place of Evelyn. And oh, are they? Yep, they're just gonna take Teemo. They said Evelyn's too much of a terror, but we definitely don't want Zabers to have Teemo. We're going to take Teemo away from Zabers. Still, by using him ourselves.
Zabers never gonna get Teemo again. Makes me sad. He's really, really good at Teemo though. So we're seeing a Malphite and an Urgot pick, and they're good for the same reasons they were good last game. Malphite's really durable, has an AoE attack speed slow. Urgot's got extra legs, is a mutant, he's got like toxic shot and like suppress, long range durability. Painkiller's a monkey. Crafty monkey steals the peach. He's got a stick, and an AoE airborne is really durable. Does good damage too. Crushing blow reduces their armor, which is I think the most underrated thing about that ability. Teemo, insane map control, short and hard to see.
The height really does it.
Yeah.
But then we have Swain, who's tall. But he's just
Swain's a whole flock of birds.
Pretty much.
We'll see someone pick
tall,
Italy now, and just stalk Swain for the whole game.
Speaking of tall, that new Twisted Fate model is very tall.
Yeah, it is. Oddly, it's kind of weird.
It's a little bit weird, but I believe they said they want to address that all like come season 3.
Storm Shield Lulu combo, go.
We do see Fizz being highlighted this time by Point Defense, so they decided, you know, they're not going to ban these champions, they're just going to take them away from the enemy team.
I think Melkor plays Fizz, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not as familiar with Melkor as I am with the other guys. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, that's brutal. Ow, that hurts my soul a little. Ugh. Let's put Rengar and Fizz in the same game. Don't go near terrain ever. Wow, that's... Okay, that's a combo that I actually never thought of, but it's probably really, really good.
Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty deadly. I mean, the assassination potential from both of them, and then, not to mention, Fizz can live long with his playful Trickster, and Rengar can get a little bit durable with his Roar, giving him that extra defense. So, not to mention, it also gives him life back if you have 5 stacks of Ferocity. So, a pretty scary combo right there. Ezreal this time has not been first picked, but he's still not banned. So, kind of shows that they decided, you know what, Ezreal's good enough.
Oh, what?
But we want to... Oh, man.
I doubt that would happen, but it would be really funny if it did. MMKH plays a very, very good Blitzcrank and Singed, so it'd be kind of like, let's just take your 2 best champions away and use them against you.
I mean, that seems to be the theme of this game, but yeah, they are going to give him one that Singed that seems. Going for that Diana. Diana really worked out for PECS last game, I feel. I think that was a huge key to their success and it allowed for more mobility in the rest of the team. So we are going to see Diana being locked in alongside Blitzcrank. What is the last pick going to be for point defense? This is very interesting. We don't have a ranged AD anywhere yet. Are we going to see a point or a ranged AD on point defense, or are we just going to go for like another tanky DPS since they already have 2 assassins? I mean, right now that's kind of the theme. I think they're both teams are shifting in how they go about the fights, how they're, you know, what kind of team comp they want from the last 2 games. So we'll see what we're going, what point defense is going to pick up here. They have 25 seconds on the clock, and with Fizz and Rengar there, do they necessarily need more damage? I mean, Malphite isn't going to live that long because there's so much AP on the other team. They may want to go for another durable frontliner, or at least a good peeler who can peel for the assassins so they can just go to town.
I couldn't even begin to guess, but we'll see. Pantheon, durable, good finishing move with the critical hit spear thing. I think I like it. I also don't like it, but I still like it. So we get that cake, but the frosting's a little weird. It's really hard to quantify, but I'm sure someone knows what I mean.
I think I
can't
get
screw up
you.
cake, but the frosting can be whack. So we're gonna have a we're gonna have game 3. I don't know what champions have we not talked about. Rengar is bursty, does crazy amount of AD damage. Pantheon, Pantheon's got a giant gap closer, stun, a lot of damage. Everyone does a lot of damage. Is there ever a champion that I've said doesn't deal a lot of damage?
Probably not. At least not ones that we see getting picked and banned.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we finally enter the delay. Look at the summoner spells. We're seeing a couple more ignites this time around. By a couple, I mean one more than we have seen in the previous matches today. So Urgot going for that ignite. Fizz, of course, with the ignite is not that surprising, but Urgot with the ignite, so they're going a little bit more offensive. We will see how that turns out. Otherwise, pretty standard. Pretty excited for this match. No Ezreal, no Vayne. I think that doesn't happen that often. So
where's the ranged champions, guys?
Exactly. Like, there's no one. And on that note, point defense is all pretty much. I mean, Urgot, sure, if you get the lock on, but more or less his range is very short. He's more for the initiation, and then you have to get the lock on. On the other side, though, we do have Teemo who can kite and just be annoying all day. We have Swain, and then we have Blitzcrank to isolate and initiate, while Wukong can go in and initiate for a group initiate. So
I think Blueberry, Swain, infeed Teemo. I think PECS got this. I mean, as scary as that other combination is, I think PECS got it, unfortunately.
I mean, if Zabers and High People can constantly take out like one target immediately before fights begin, they could make something work. But if not, it really just hinges so much on that combination, I feel.
Yeah, it's how consistent can their capture be.
Yeah.
Is the double IP thing only today, or I thought that was the whole weekend?
I think it's today and tomorrow.
Okay, I might actually. The VODs might be a day late, guys, because I don't play a lot, because I cast a lot, but I think I might take advantage of the IP thing. So don't be surprised if the VODs are up on Tuesday and Thursday instead of Monday, Wednesday. Sorry in advance.
No problem. Gotta take advantage of that double IP. Loving it.
Oh, cool. So yeah, it's today and tomorrow. Yeah, okay. Yeah, VOD might not be up until Tuesday and Thursday. So, I didn't have any. I was gonna prepare some. A couple of viewers asked me to for the comedic read that I do to like write down some more things, and I like haven't finished it yet. It makes me sad because like I'm looking at Eve and I'm like, I had something for Eve and I don't remember what it was. Eve banned for excessive domestic abuse. Lulu banned for. See, the thing with Lulu is I have a couple for Cupcake Lulu and I have a couple for Cat Lulu, but you never know what skin they're gonna use. Like,
Pretty much. The skins can make a huge difference.
Darius works as a bouncer. That's why he couldn't make it to this game. I'm trying to find comments to make on Darius that don't involve his axe.
It's pretty hard. It's a pretty huge part of Darius. I mean, it might as well just be his axe. Just floating around. Cutting down trees.
Man, you know what? That's if I owned a nightclub, like, and I had like a bouncer outside, he would just have a huge freaking sword behind him. Like, go ahead, be an idiot. Like, he'd never use it. It might even be chained to the wall, you know. But there'd just be a huge sword behind him, and it'd be, you know, someone would start acting up, and he'd be like, "Hey!" And he'd just like grab the handle and look at him, and that guy'd be like,
I mean, it'd be effective.
"Mm-hmm." I mean, you can't have guns in a bar. I mean, at most someone's gonna like sneak a knife or something in, right? When you have a claymore, yeah, it's gonna be a thing.
We are all loaded in, though, in this final match of the night. This is between Payzone and Child Support here on the blue side and Point Defense on the purple side. For Payzone and Child Support, or PECS, it is going to be Infeed on Teemo, Captain Booberry on Swain, Painkiller on Blitzcrank, Commentaries on Diana, and Buddha Rice on Wukong. And on the flip side, for Point Defense, or Plus5 as their tag is, we have Sauron on Urgot, Zabers on Rengar, MMKH on Malphite, High Peoples on Fizz, and Magic Melkor on Pantheon. This game is brought to you by Dominate Dominion, casted by Chobra, myself, and Gander.
And this is the third game in the finals. DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion tournament number 27. And seeing Fizz start with a Sheen. Talked about no Sheen openings in a video about boots that I recorded with some players recently, which I'll link that after the tournament if anyone's interested in that. But yeah, seeing a no boots opening going straight into that Sheen, balance his ability used right, can really get a lot of extra mileage out of that. We saw Alistar in the last game get a lot of effect out of his Sheen, you know, using that heal to proc it and get it rolling a little bit, and staggering his CCs in just such a way that he can keep throwing that damage out from it. So if you pay a little bit of attention to what you do, Sheen is just an amazing item. You really can't argue with its effectiveness after a certain point. And it works great with Fizz's kit anyway, because he's like, hey, I'm going to do a lot of damage. It gives me some damage. And it's just a nice thing to have. MMKH coming around from behind, though, chasing around that way and getting the laser birds as a result. Never move catches Magic Melkor, does a little bit of damage, but nothing terribly consequential right now. Infeed hanging back, a little bit of seismic shard exchange, Malphite's drinking a potion, and Zabers with some getting stuck in terrain, it looked like, for a second. And MKH getting airborne right there, getting a little bit low on health. They're diving in, they're going for Buddha Rice right there, they're trying to get him down. But MMKH and Buddha Rice are going to be the first two down to fall here. And now Painkiller's eating the focus, and Infeed's taking into exhaust for his troubles. Fizz right through with that dash, putting a lot of hurt on him. Revive's already being used, Malphite on his way back up. Wukong, Blitzcrank, Teemo following in shortly behind there now. And Melkor and Sabers are trying to put the hurt on Blueberry, but a very good never move keeps them zoned back away as MMKH rejoins the fight, and Buddha Rice decoys on out. Good move on his part to avoid them in such a way.
Oh,
and
great grab.
that grab, sir. I thought that was a Jace knockback for a second, and Jace wasn't in the game. So Melkor getting chased away by Painkiller right there. High People staying right on Buddha Rice, sticking to him pretty hard right there. Infeed's looking for Melkor. He wants to deliver that damage, and he's kind of diving in for it. Throws down the hit on High People's there. Another grab pulls MMKH away from Infeed, which keeps Infeed alive for a little bit longer. High People's gets exhausted right there, and Infeed's just chipping away, chipping away, chipping away. High People's needs to do a little bit more damage. Yes! Able to secure that kill. Point Defense is going to take the win now.
That was a pretty well played fight by both teams, especially with Captain Booberry being able to kite 1v2 for so long. But in the end, it was Point Defense coming back up for the finishing kills. They played the second fight much better than their first, despite the good pulls from Painkiller to peel for Infeed. But we do have Booberry returning with a Storm Shield here in bot, immediately changing the flow of the game. But here comes Pantheon with his ultimate. That's going to zone everyone out at the very least, and that's going to push Booberry back. High People's also here in the bottom. They have only MMKH on that Malphite up top. at the time. So if PECS wants to pressure top, they can do that, but Zabers just picked up their Storm Shield, and Rengar is going to assassinate anyone he sees. Infeed is the target right now. Painkiller shows up, he wants to get the peel, and Zabers is just going to run away, dodges the pull. Very, very well played. Meanwhile, Budarice actually just walks right by him with that stealth, and High Peoples gets caught, is forced to run away from that playful trickster. Maggie Milkor now left alone 1v3, but Zabers is returning, so that's going to force everyone to run away. Meanwhile, bottom, Sauron gets one kill onto Diana, but Captain Budarice shows up. There's the Decrepify, there's Never not going to hit, but he's still taking so much damage. He doesn't have managed to turn around and kite. The tower has been neutralized, so we do see Maggie Milkor coming down bottom to help. Meanwhile, top lane, High Peoples in a very bad spot, but Zabers has his ultimate activated. There's the stuff, but there's a good chunk the waters across the wall, getting that finishing blow onto Budarice on Wukong. Meanwhile, Zabers still putting out some good damage. They need to make sure the tower doesn't get neutralized. Meanwhile, MKH completely pushing away Infeed despite all that magic damage. So well played by point defense once again. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Blueberry should go down here at the next spear here. There you go. Maggie Milkor on Pantheon picks up the kill. Sauron's going to recap the Boneyard, going back to a 3-cap 4-point defense.
And Sauron gonna pop a recall while he can there. Diana looking for a way to make a play bottom lane there. And yeah, it was a really good move up top. Infeed almost was able to get High Peoples down, but High Peoples was able to make a pretty hasty retreat and pick up that health relic and save himself there. But right now, it's just Zabers Rengar up at the top, and actually not for very much longer either, as Zabers has opted to recall. She's going to leave top in a really funny position if they make a play for it right now, but they're not, fortunately, 4-point defense. MKH walking around in the jungle, and in the jungle is fun and games, and those fun and games are Infeed and Budarice. And they put a little bit of damage on him, but MKH is able to get away, fortunately. Painkiller is not able to land any grabs or any sort of disruption or anything that might create a really good environment to start a fight. But with all the 4 members up there and the other 4 members on the other side, if PECS wants this, they're going to have to make a dive for it right now, it looks like. And I don't think anyone's ever too keen on diving for a tower. As Zabers extending a little bit right there. That never move could have been bad if he'd gotten caught by it, but fortunately for him, he did not. Leashes the laser bird. It has a name, but I forget it. But he leashes it, breaks the damage, so he doesn't get the full damage out of it. Blueberry farming some minions there to get some. Graham MKH gets grabbed, and everything bad happens to him at once. Get a ultimate there in from Fizz to throw an airborne out. MKH not finished off immediately though, so he's able to live in the tank for a little bit longer, but pays Evelyn child support with a great initiate in that engagement right there. Maggie Milkor getting an airborne for his troubles and getting quickly swept. Painkiller, bottle of Windex, pouring it all over that window, cleaning things up, taking the windmill.
Very, very well played by pays on child support, but here comes Pantheon. He will be able to get a cleanup kill here. If anyone pokes their head out, he should be able to finish anyone unless Timo blinds him long enough for them to finish off the kill. But there's a lot of minions, the tower is not his, so he's actually just gonna back on out, which seems a little bit unfortunate, especially given that 2 members have already went back to base. But of course, he has no way of knowing that. They did that out of sight, so they could all be hiding up there. He definitely doesn't want to jump in blind 1v3, so he's just gonna steadily push up against the windmill. There is pressure here in the middle because of the storm shields, so he is going to have time to pressure against Swain, maybe even get a kill. Meanwhile, High Peoples is going to get spotted, as MMKH might get pulled here, needs to watch out. Painkiller is waiting in that brush. Top, Captain Blueberry still taking some damage, but Maggie Milkor also is taking quite a bit himself. Infeed, right now PECS has that damage buff from the objective, so Infeed's looking pretty good. Wow, grab barely misses. Zabers and MMKH, Blueberry trying to sustain with his ultimate. He's slowly gaining health, but also draining out his mana. Can point defense make a play here? Maybe, but they have to dive. They definitely can't play it like PECS did, because Blitzcrank can, initiate off the tower when the enemy's turtling. But with MMKH on Malphite, they're forced to jump right on in, and they can do it with Malphite and also Rengar to jump in with a little bit of durability, but I'm not sure how long they can last.
And now getting off point a little bit. They looked like they were going hunting there. MKH gets caught behind the tower. Budarice might get baited away from going out, but no, he knows better. Turns around for Maggie Milkor. Never move stops MKH in his tracks. And they group up to go for MMK8 or for Maggie Milkor and Zabers. MKH is going to go for the neutral back there. Blueberry saves the tower, throws down a garrison on that point right there. And a good ultimate from MMKH to create a gap, get some distance for him to be able to get away. Now his ultimate's on cooldown. He did live, fortunately, but that engagement was not so great for them. unfortunately. Paisley and Child Support was able to group up. They were able to turn around and respond to that very, very well. They kind of let MMKH get wherever he was going, turned around, dealt with the immediate problem, which was the people that were capping. They threw a very good garrison down on the tower to stop things from getting captured. It was very, very well played by Point Defense, by Paisley and Child Support. It was very solid defense against Point Defense.
Yeah, I mean, Point Defense really has no way of fighting against the turtling Peso and Child Support unless they're all already low. With only one champion somewhat low and everyone else still healthy on PECS, Point Defense can't afford to jump into a tower with how much CC the enemy also has themselves. They have the blind, they have the AoE silence. MKH needs to watch out. Painkiller is just sitting there. He's looking to zone. Is he going to grab MKH? No, they're actually just going to go straight for Maggie Melkor, but he's also a little bit too far away. MKH now trying to split, but everyone's a little bit scattered right now from Point Defense. They need to watch out. They are going to slow it down a tad bit. I feel it just might be better for them to split and, you know, divide and conquer. Maybe go put some pressure elsewhere. Are we going to start seeing that MNK is trying to move on away towards the refinery? I do believe Infeed caught a glimpse of that, but Maggie Melkor is going to come in here to stop that advancement, and they are going to catch Infeed in between. But we saw that High Peoples actually hopped back out, was a little bit scared. There is going to run into a shroom. High Peoples needs to watch out. Buddha Race is going to zone out. Meanwhile, it's a 3v2 under the refinery. Maggie Melkor diving in, but there's a mana barrier. MNK is taking so much tower damage. Xavier tries to jump back in. He does get the assassination shut down, but he's exhausted. He needs to watch out. Someone needs to channel on the tower before Xavier goes down. He is going to escape right as MNK starts to channel on the tower. MNK barely surviving as Buddha Race comes in with a Nimbus Strike. Are they going to go for the 2v1? Not a good plan as Cyclone finishes off the kill onto the poor Rengar. And now it's Buddha Rice versus Maggie Melkor. Tries to play the mind games with the decoy. Does get some good damage. There's the exhaust onto Maggie Melkor. That's a kill for Buddha Rice despite the passivity just coming out for Pantheon. Very, very well played by Paizo and Child Support. Meanwhile, a 2v1 at the draw. High Peoples is going to go down. Booberry putting out so much damage. It is so sustainable. He nearly got the tower already, but now he's forced to run away as MMK continues to chase with his seismic shards. Captain Booberry does not have much mana. MMK is just trying to chase through. He tried to get the Ultra Relic, not able to, but still gets a lot of damage with the Ensemble Force. Gets the kill with some last auto attacks. No one's capturing the drill though. Someone needs to go take care of that neutral if they want to get back into the game.
And it looks like they're going to break a couple people off to go take care of that, but Zaber's unsupported in the middle. This looks bad. Painkiller goes for the grab, pulls him in, gets him with the airborne. Infy gets him with the blind, and things not looking so good for Zabers right now. It's just chased out away from that point. That Hextech Sweeper on Teemo, there's just no way to escape from. Not that Stealth Rengar, not the bushes either. Very, very good item to have on Teemo because it gives vision whenever they take magic damage, and he's so much magic damage. You see it right there how well it synchronizes with that mushroom when a High People steps on that Noxus trap right there, and gives the vision. Teemo comes right on down to capitalize and take advantage of it. MMKH though over at the drill, getting an airborne, getting some hurt on him for his troubles being out away from the point a little bit, but he wants to keep them back zoned away. Melkor going for Buddha Rice there. Buddha Rice turns around, dashes him for a crushing blow, and Painkiller's not quite able to land that airborne early enough to help Wukong get an extra hit, so Wukong did die there. And now Painkiller's getting mobbed at, and Point Defense has got a good position to take this windmill.
But they did lose out on the Boneyard. They killed off Urgot, and as soon as Urgot came back with his revive, they zoned him out. He did trade kills the second time around with Diana, but still not really worth it for Point Defense. Great jump the waters as he turns around for the turnaround snipe, but Buddha Rice, is he going to get the kill? No, everyone's so low right now. Painkiller just needs the AoE. There's the double kill. There's the solid force, but not good enough. Pantheon jumping in. Painkiller needs to watch out. Never mind. Blueberry's right here to make it a fair 2v2. If anything, it's actually unfair for Point Defense. The last bird is going to be enough for Captain Blueberry. Just trying to get in range to kill off MMKH. Not able to, but turns around, gets the kill onto Maggie Melkor. Are they going to go? Oh, Infeed gets the kill onto MMKH right as the teleport's about to finish. Very, very well played by PECS. They are just dominating this game once again. They held the bottom tower long enough for them to maintain a consistent 3-cap with the windmill.
And they are able to recover that bottom point. Very excellent Karthus press R, Blitzcrank plus R, excuse me, up at the top with a 2-for-1 static field up there. Very, very good move by him. And Infeed with that pickup on MMKH. MMKH gotten lucky a few times this game, getting out with 2-digit hit points, Painkiller survival style. Sauron and Confederaris having a disagreement. Sauron realizes, hey, Confederaris is taking damage pretty good. We can put some more hits in on him, and gets Confederaris down to about half health. Now he's doing a pretty good job of zoning him back away, but in the middle of the map, however, a fight has broken out, and there's a combination of ults, a lot of damage being spread out across both teams. High Peoples has to get out of the fight in order for his cooldowns to refresh before he circles around and comes back in with a dash and is able to playful Trickster out. How is he still alive? I don't know. Painkiller pops the overdrive and goes for him, but misses with the rocket grab. High Peoples tags that health bar up and circles around, threatening to engage again because he has plenty of mana for it, and there are no noxious traps in his way, but he's just one blinding dart from Teemo away from having bad things happen to him. Captain Blueberry descends upon Sauron, who is down at the bottom point. It looks like Sauron has the definite upper hand in this fight, as he is able to quickly overcome Swain, and with the help of MKH, he's going to get the cap on that, turn that tower around.
Very, very well played by Sauron, knowing his damage output is so much with that last Whisper on top of Trinity Force. He got the kill and then still secured the tower, but they are going to have to ditch it. Infeed is trying to pressure the windmill, but here comes the Mandrop from Pantheon right onto a Shroom, though. He does hit it. He gets the stun on the Infeed, chasing him away with so much burst damage, but he's taking a lot himself, so he needs to watch out right now. Zabers is going to do the zoning as Maggie Melkor starts to channel onto the tower. Zabers looking for the kill, dodges the Shroom, barely, does not get the kill, nearly gets it, but had to run away as the rest of PECS shows up. It's a 4v1 all of a sudden as everyone scatters away from the scary trio of Blitz, Swain, and Wukong. Top tower windmill goes back in favor of Hazel and Child Support. They are doing so well in this last game.
High People's picked up in Oracle's Extract. I think that's what it's called. It's Extracts, right? On here. Yeah, it picks up an Oracle's Extract to give him a few minutes to help find those Shrooms. Sauron putting a lot of damage on Confidarius, but his buddy Buddha Rice coming down from the top. Wukong bailing him out, executive style, and helps to take him down, relieve the pressure from that bottom lane for a minute, give Diana some room to go back. High People's managed to, he went down there, he's like managing to try and set up a gank, but instead he's like, well, Urgot's dead, so I'm just going to kind of hang out in case they try and push the point. And Infeed up there, chipping away at MMKH a little bit. Zabers jumps in, puts some damage in on him. MMKH follows up with a quick airborne, but Zabers isn't really in a position where he can close the gap to fight with Teemo, as he was back there dealing with Blitzcrank. Infeed, your hit points, Infeed. There we go, Seismic Shard takes him down. Now Magic Melkor and Zabers get back out of the fight a little bit. You need those cooldowns to refresh. Magic Melkor's going to opt for getting some health points before turning around and coming back there. And High People's going to playful Trickster away. Confidarius up at the top end of the map now, taking a vacation up here to deal with MMKH. He's had enough of that bottom lane ganking. He's going to gank top instead, coming up here to help his team out down the bottom. Infeed's Teemo has gone down there to zone away Urgot to allow Confidarius to come up here and goes right in for Zabers. Does a lot of damage there and helps out significantly, killing Magi Melkor also. And now High People's got to try and interrupt this cap over here, but he's not quite going to be able to do it by himself. Magi Melkor with the revive comes back onto the field and helps him out. And Buddha Rice, don't get too close to that. I don't want to see you guys get lasered. And MKH is alive. He's got an Oracle's Extract, but I don't know how long lived the Oracle's Extract is going to be. Delivers the Garrison on the tower, though, to keep it going for a little bit. And Zabers is able to pick up a kill on Wukong. And now Infeed gets sharked with the Chum of the Waters right there. High People sticking to Infeed very well, trying to keep him back away from Melkor and his teammates. And Confidarius just eating people up here, but takes a shot from the tower, dived a little bit too far, reached the bottom of the pool, banged his head, gets a free trip back to summon the platform. And now Blueberry getting stalked away from the point. A very intense push at the drill has been largely thwarted by point defense.
Yep, very, very good defense, and this is actually going to allow them to go up and pick up the windmill for free because it had been neutralized. That's going to give them the objective buff. Can Blueberry actually get a double kill here? High People's very low, but Blueberry's low on mana. High People is going to go down. Excellent, excellent double kill by Captain Blueberry with the Never Move catching both people, activating his ult for a long enough time. And now he's going to go back to base. That mana regen really coming in handy. With that chalice, and also of course the Rod of Ages. Zabers now coming down to help High Peoples with Commentaries. Commentaries is tanky, but not tanky enough. Zabers putting out so much burst damage alongside High Peoples. Like we mentioned, that's what it's really going to come down to for point defense, but it might just be too late. 286 to 80, and the 3 cap goes back in favor to PECS.
Although they are able to turn around the bottom point, they had a lot of people down there, and they had not so many people up at the top end of the map. And with Teemo having the mushrooms that he has active on the map, with him having that, what they call it, the Hextech sweeper there, it's really been working sort of counterproductively to point defense's ability to gank. Rengar is dependent on not being seen. Fizz is dependent on kind of coming around from the side. And they really haven't been able to do that with the amount of vision, the amount of control over the map they've had. As Zaber's trying to defend the drill, unfortunately not able to do so. Now MKH trying to do it by himself, but he's away from the tower, not able to interrupt Captain Blueberry. Captain Blueberry takes the point, and MKH gets grabbed, gets pulled away, gets never moved. Captain Blueberry's got the birds activated, he's using them, getting that extra damage in from that ultimate, from that Ravenous Flock, and he gets Malphite with the birds, chasing Magimelkor now, and Blitzcrank's gonna take that kill. And Sauron defeated by Confidarius down the bottom lane. 4 caps to 1. Looks like Painkiller rather, looking around that bottom point, trying to keep people zoned away. And I don't think Point Defense has got this.
It's really looking grim for them. Blueberry now defending under the drill. He's so sustainable. There's the Garrison for Painkiller. Grabs Zabers right back into the tower. That's going to be a free kill. Magimelkor does come in, and so does High People. They are going to get the shutdown, but is it good enough? Painkiller is still alive. He's still trying to delay as long as possible. Infeed now showing up, but they thought he was alone. Nope, that's alive because Booterice comes in with the decoy. The tower is still in favor of PECS. They're fighting under the tower. Magimelkor needs to watch out. Gets killed. High Peoples is going to be the next target. Infeed actually is able to deal with that on his own. Meanwhile, Booterice is going to deal with MMK. That's going to be victory for Payzone and Child Support once again, taking the crown and dominating to be number 27.